everyone, and welcome to another crafty little spot on the WhotKnot channel. My name is Kathy and you're all very welcome here, and thank you to all the new subscribers. It's been fantastic. I think most of you have come from Leslie's channel, so thanks Leslie, thanks for the shout out, and it's been great catching up with some new people. And yeah, but today I've been working on the tab journal. I've done a couple of pages and I've been making some of these to go in my journal, jigsaw puzzle pieces. So I thought I might make one of those with you guys quickly today and see how we go. But first of all, I thought I'd show you how far I've got with this. I've done a couple of pages, so I've got this little tuck spot done with this has got this little bookmark, has got a little lace section across the front of it there, so I've got that one done. I did from Rachel's channel, Roxy Creates, I did the little watercolor swatches, so I've made quite a few of those, so I've stuck that one in that little pocket. I've put a little pocket here with a tarot card in it, and it's got a pretty little picture on it of a little girl on a merry-go-round. So I'm sort of going to have like a childlike theme to this little journal. So a lot of the images and little words and symbols and stuff will be about little children. So there's a nice little vintage photo of a little baby sucking her thumb. I've got a little envelope in that little tuck just there. So another little page there. I haven't stuck that down there. I'm trying to decide if I want that there or not. There's a few bits like that. I finished this page, so I've put in, this is just a little flip out, and I've got some papers there for journaling, and there's a little flip out there, and the rest of the stuff's just sort of stuck in. I'm still thinking about the rest of it, but that's about as far as I've got. But I got busy making these the other day, and I thought I might make one with you. So I've got those two there. I picked up these from the op shop. So they're just like large children's jigsaw puzzle pieces is basically all they are. They're a good size. They've got a big surface area. So I like that this one was from a different puzzle set, and it's got a slightly smaller surface area. So it was a little bit harder to work with, but it still produces a pretty result. So I thought, well, let's have a look at making one of those. So if you want to, you can pull this top layer, the shiny top layer, off. Let's see, I usually just, sometimes I do, depends how easily it comes off. It doesn't really matter to me very much because we're going to glue over the top of it anyway, so I won't fuss around and waste time peeling it off, but you definitely can peel that off. So what I'll start off with first is I normally just grab some book page, anything will do, any old thing that you've got, or sheet music or anything like that. Thought I might have had, I've got some dictionary pages here. I like these because they've got slightly smaller print on them, and I think the smaller print looks better, or a mixture of print looks better on these because they are a bit smaller. I'll just put those up there. I just put that there so it would look nice. There we go, I'll put those there. I'm trying to keep my desk nice and clear. We'll see how we go with that. All right, so I've got my glue here, And because I'm gluing onto a shiny surface, I'm going to go with the fabric glue. So what I normally do is I'll do a section at a time. I'm hoping there's not too much shadow happening here because it's a bit later in the afternoon. I actually already filmed the first part of me doing the journal, and it was just way too long. It was going on for an hour, and I thought, oh no, that's too long. But while I was making the journal, I did make these, and I thought, oh, I might, you guys might like to know how to make those. The other thing to be careful of is if you don't peel that top layer off, the jigsaw puzzle piece colours might be a bit dark, so this side's quite dark, so you just want to be careful of that you're not having it show through. So I normally just stick these on willy-nilly, and I have them hanging over the edge a bit. Let's go for a little bit of a different page in the centre there. Yeah, so I filmed it and I thought, oh my lord, it's way too long. And I was waffling on like you would not believe, talking about all sorts of things, menopause and all that good stuff. I was saying in the video that I've been feeling a bit out of sorts of late, and I think it comes down to menopause issues. I'm through menopause, the worst of menopause, I think, I hope, but it's still not a pleasant trip, is it? I was saying that I've changed up my diet, and I'm trying to drink a bit more water and things like that. So we'll see how we go. So far so good. So I like to leave a little bit of an overhang on these so that I can cover the edge. I like the edge to be covered in the book print as well. And if you use an older book where the pages are slightly thinner, that's actually better because it sort of sucks up the glue a bit better and is more malleable around the edges of the jigsaw puzzle piece. I really like any of these activities that use up the book pages because A, they look good, and B, like as a general rule, we have so many of them hanging around. If you're into this sort of activity, you do tend to have quite a few book pages. So it's nice to find something to use them up. So there we go, we've got that top section done. And now I'm going to work on this bit. Yeah, so I've had a pretty quiet week so far. I mean, it is only Tuesday. I always feel like the day gets away from me. Like, I feel like no sooner do I get up than it's lunchtime, and no sooner do I have lunch than it's time to start thinking about, you know, packing up for the day. So I don't know what's going on. Yeah. But as I say, I'm changing up my diet. I've been doing a lot of research on what I need to do to make help my body cope better. I just don't feel like I know much about menopause, to be honest. It was only recently that I realised that there's 3 stages to menopause, and I don't really feel like it's something that is talked about very much. So therefore, you know, limited knowledge on it. But I am in the process of educating myself, and I am trying to take some steps to improve my overall mental and physical health. So I had a nice lunch. I made myself a bowl of fresh spinach, kale, and some shiitake mushrooms, and I put in some sesame seeds and some tofu. I've always eaten tofu, that's not new to me. I like tofu. What is new to me that I've never really been a big fan of is fish, but apparently salmon in particular I should be eating. So I got myself a piece of salmon this week and I've been having it for lunch. Yep, I'm doing okay with it. It's okay. I like it enough that I'll keep eating it. Well, I mean, the bottom line is if I want to feel better, that's the sort of thing I have to do. So I will. But I prefer the tofu, but no, I'm getting into the salmon. The other thing that I've found out that is quite good for women on menopause that are been through whatever, post-peri, all those things, is nuts. So I've been having quite a few, well, not quite a few, within moderation. I've been having quite a few nuts, and my favourites are Brazil nuts. And I will say, I mean, I've literally only been doing this for 2 days, so yeah, there's that. But I do feel a lot better, so I'm hoping that things will improve. But yeah, I've been on the down low this week because just not on social media or things like that. I just hadn't been feeling that great, and I said to my husband, I've really got to do something about this. As I'm in the wheelchair, it's kind of hard to do any sort of exercise that gets your heart rate up. So in the summer months, I like to go in the pool because, you know, the pool is really good for me. I can move around a lot more freely and, you know, do some kicking or, you know, splashing about with my arms or whatever. But I have got a hand cycle, and I said to my husband the other day, where is that hand cycle? And anyway, he located it, and I asked him to set it up for me, and he said to me, you know what, you had this set up for about 6 years and you never used it. I said, yeah, I know. But he set it up for me, so I thought, right, I'm going to start and try and do that. And I had big plans for this, and I thought I'll do 10 minutes 3 times a day, or like in 3-minute intervals. Well, I tell you what, I got out there and, you know, set my timer for, I thought I'll do 10 minutes. I barely got 2 minutes into it, and I was stunned. I couldn't believe it. I'm so out of shape. My physical strength is so low, which is part of my situation, being an incomplete quad. You do have problems with that sort of thing, but oh my gosh, I could not believe it. So yeah, I need to work on that and get my strength up a bit. I mean, the websites that I've been reading up about and stuff with the menopause say that losing physical strength is something that is a big problem in women who are going through or been through menopause. So it's important to be aware that you need to do weight-bearing exercises. So that's what I'm working on. Getting me puny little muscles up and running. I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but there's a dog. I don't know where he is. He's not in my house. But he is barking like crazy out there. He's not happy about something. Really unhappy. I'm surprised my dogs aren't getting involved in that. But anyway, they're not, so that's good. Now, as you can see, I am just sticking pieces of printed paper. You could use newspaper or anything for this. I just like to get a base down. There goes Rusty thinking about getting involved. And just cover up all the bits that you can see that, yeah, are part of the base colour of the jigsaw puzzle. And then and as you can see, where the paper is soft, it absorbs the... Oh, Rusty's going to bark now. Rusty's outside at the moment. He's getting some fresh air. His favourite place to sleep is in my bedroom, and as soon as you open the door, he goes running in there to go to bed. He loves it in there. So every so often, just so that he can get out and get some fresh air, I have to lock him outside, and that's where he is at the moment. He's not happy about it either. But, yeah. And Dobby's not happy either, because I said to him when I'd finished the video that I was going to take him for a walk, and then I decided the video was too long and I really needed to refilm, which I don't mind refilming actually, because it means just so I get a couple more things done. I've only got this tiny little bit to go here, but I will take him after this, so he can only be grumpy for a little while. So I like to get all those bits covered up, and then what I do is I just go around with my glue and just make sure all these little bits are glued down. And if you find any that need a little bit, just put a little bit of glue on so that none of the edges can kick up. And if you're into it, you could put your, I know a lot of people like to age things with their vintage, and I might grab that out and do a bit of that action. What do they call that? Vintage photo. Vintage photo. Why isn't that bit sticking? I don't think I've put enough glue there. Hang on. We'll put a bit more on. Never enough glue. I'm an overgluer. I'm a big fan of overgluing. Whoop. Just let that glue set up a little bit before I try and squeeze that around the back. And I normally like to cover the back in something pretty as well. Having a look to see what I've got here. If you think that you'll put it in your journal and you want to do journaling on the back of it, you can just put a plain colour on the back, like plain book page, and then you can write on the back of it in your journal. But I might do, which is what I did on this one. I just did plain white, and on this one I've done a pattern on the back. So I think on this one, just get that last little bit in place. It's giving me a hard time. Cut that off. I'm going to cut that little bit off. There we go. All right, got all those bits on, all covered, and I've grabbed this out. I'll put that on the back, I think. So what I'll do is glue this on the back. Yeah, you could use your vintage photo if you wanted to age it up as well. I like to get it right to the edges. I've got to remember not to be thumping on my desk and throwing things down like I normally do, because it shakes the camera. Get plenty of glue on there. I'm pretty happy. Tomorrow I've got the people coming about the door. I think most of you know the story that Rusty ran through the door a couple of weeks ago, and finally they are coming tomorrow to do the measurements, to measure it all up. So I'm just gonna glue that down there like that, and I'll let that set up for a minute, and then we will find a nice little picture. I'll just get rid of these so that doesn't look untidy. I was wondering if you guys are interested in me doing a little video on when I pick things up from the op shop. You might be interested to see what I've purchased. I don't know. Let me know if you're interested in that. So I'm just having a look through my pictures here. I've got a few things cut out, looking for something that I think would be nice. If I'm putting it in this journal, see, that's not bad. Let's have a look. What else have we got here? I want something that's going to kind of match. They're cute. These are actually full-size book pages, and I shrink them down to really tiny so that I can fold them in half like that, and I put them on the edge of a page for page tabs. I've done it in here, I'll show you. So I fold them in half and I just stick them halfway out like that, but it's actually like a full-size book page when you buy the kits online and you get the book page. Let's see. That's quite nice. Maybe that might be the go. Something like that. So then I will rip that down a little bit. Might take that Dream of Love off the top. Make sure I'm staying. I'll just put that up there for the minute. Let's work on this bit. I'll take that bit off there because I might use that. And then I'm going to take the borders off this, I think. Take those off. And I've got a few bits of rubbish on my desk here. That doesn't look too... Oh, don't throw that out, lady. You just said you might use that, so hang on to that. And I'll take this one off. And I mean, you could do whatever you like with these. Fancy them up however you like. But what I'm going to do is I'll position that roughly like being aware of what I might go on a slight angle, and I'm just going to fish around in my lacy bits. I think I'll just go for a bit of this gauzy cheesecloth stuff. I like that at the back. So I'm just going to work out, because I want to make sure I get that big rose in there, because obviously I'm going to cut the bits out there. I'd like to get that rose in, so I'm going to put it on a bit of an angle like that. What I'll do is I'll just glue the whole section at the back, and then I'm going to position it like that, but not push it right down just yet. And then I'm going to get a piece of this stuff and just feed it in behind there. I think just to make it a little bit more interesting and beautiful, of course. All right, let's put a bit of glue there. I probably do this in a backward fashion to what people do, but everybody marches to the beat of their own drum, don't they? Ugh. I keep leaving the lids off my glues, and then I wonder why doesn't the glue come out? All right, so just sticking that down. Might put another bit under the edge there, down the bottom. Put another bit there. Like I said, you can really, how you decorate these is there's just no limit to the way you can do them. So make them as fancy. You could just paint them if you wanted to, or use a texture paste. So you could paint them a nice colour and then just use texture paste and a stencil if you wanted to. All right, now let me get this. I can't remember how I did the other one, whether I think I tore it mainly, tear around the edges just to get the excess off, and then tidy it up a little bit with the scissors. Can do if you want to is just go around the edges a little bit if you want to. Definitely not essential. So that's that. And I was just thinking if I could put this somewhere. I might just trim it down even a bit more. Just take that edge off there, so it's a little bit narrower. It's a little bit fiddly cutting around the jigsaw puzzle piece, but I think it looks good. It's worth it. So I could stick that down the bottom there, which I think I will. Actually, I might just put a bit of this around the edge just to make it stand out just a little bit. There we go. The other thing that you could do is lay your piece of puzzle out on your paper and then cut it out, then stick it on. So I'll stick that there, like so. Still see our flowers. And then the other thing I like to do is, where have I put my, there it is, under the pile. Get this guy out and make a hole in the top. You don't have to do this. You could actually tuck it in a pocket or something at this point and make a hole in the top there. And I've got a little dish here. I'll find a rivet that looks good. So there's a little gold one. That'll do the job. Just put that back over there, out of the way. Just put that in there. There we go. And get this up the right way. This is a big gadget, this guy. I'll see if I can squeeze it together. Using all my muscles that I haven't got. And there we go, we got that guy in. And then I normally put a bit of trim up the top. So I've got a couple of things here. What I might do is find the end for starters. This was actually wrapped around something, so it's still in a bow. Get that off. I might get a little piece of that. I don't know if I'll be able to fit them both through the hole, but we'll see how we go. I might get a little piece of this as well. Just a little piece. And we'll see how we go. I'll squeeze them down really little. Put them through the hole. I might do this a bit closer to home, a bit closer to me, so I'll be back in a second. No, I can't fit them both through the hole. It's going to have to be just this guy. I mean, I think if I got a needle and thread, I probably could. But what I'll do is I'll pull that through like that. And before I hook that in, I'll just take a little piece of that. I'll lay it on my in-camera in shot, I hope so. Lay that on there. Put those two through the hole. Probably making this look a lot more difficult as usual than it is. I haven't left myself much room there, not much room for movement. There we go. Got not quite. Just fiddling around till I get it in the right spot. Done. All right. and yank that up, and we can turn that round so those two bits are showing. There we go, and it's all done. So there, all finished. What do you think? Not bad, hey? From this to that. And you can use them in your journals. As I said, you can just tuck them in somewhere. You can use them on your front cover. You can use them for journal spacing, for journaling on the back if you put a plain back on them. So yeah, all finished. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.